Hey everybody, and welcome to the Street Angel Show. It is officially showtime. I'm so excited to bring you another awesome episode. My show is devoted to helping others all the time. That's what it's always been my mission. So I'm really excited for today's topic. But before I get to that, let me introduce myself. My name is Mandolyn Reese. I'm known as the Street Angel. I've been running around this whole country and parts of the world promoting kindness. I wear angel wings, as you can see, the feathers in here, and I have posters front and back of my body that say be kind, as well as other random messages, but I always make them colorful, like universally humanitarian, positive messages. So, for instance, one of them, like, that is great for today's show is, you deserve love. So that's, for an instance, and I put some of my other relevant ones for this show behind me on the wall. Make your courage greater than your fears. Be brave. And also, you matter. Be yourself. And these are going to be key topics we're going to be discussing. So this season, my season 4, is all about helping people with relationships and love, as well as self-love, self-acceptance. And that's today's topic. I'm going to be giving you tips and advice and guidance on how to increase your self-love, your self-acceptance, your confidence. And I have an amazing coach who, this is a special episode because I had to work her schedule in. She's coming in from London, England. And I'm really excited to have her. She's an amazing, successful coach. She coaches CEOs and other millionaires. And she's just a very empowering woman. So it's wonderful to have her on the show today. And I'm so excited. Her name is Anjanita Prevost. So I'm going to be bringing her into the studio. Get ready and welcome. So, Goddess, tell us a little about yourself.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. And forgive me, my background is not as glamorous and beautiful as your background.
I like yours. It looks pretty.
It's very neutral, but neutral is good sometimes. So thank you so much for having me, and congratulations on the success of your show. Congratulations. It's so cool because I've seen you evolve and I think it's great. So I'm excited to be here, and I'll introduce myself. I'm Anjanita Prevost. I'm an award-winning feminine leadership expert, million-dollar strategist, and global connector. I'm the founder of Femme 500, Selling in Stilettos, and Billion-Dollar Rolodex. But don't let the glitz and glam fool you. I was aged out of the foster care system at 18 years old. I've experienced every financial hardship you can possibly imagine: homeless, jobless, carless, cashless, and parentless. I get tired saying it, but that was my life. That's how I started.
And that's such a beautiful beginning. And that's why I'm so excited to interview you, because I mean, literally, you could come from the ground up, and that's why it's so inspiring to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to let you keep talking, but I just have to interject. I started on a street corner dressed like an angel with my posters. I had no job, no contacts. I was new to LA. I had no idea what I was doing. And so I resonate with what you're saying. So go ahead. You're a foster kid, homeless, jobless, parentless, and what happened?
Everything. And so I essentially just had this belief that I could do more, be more, have more. That was really it. I just had a belief. And that belief carried me. I ended up in Hollywood. I worked as an actress, a model, body double. Most of them noted for being a Hollywood body double. But I always felt like I needed to beat the odds. So I consider myself an underdog. That's why people that are going through, they're having struggles or rebuilding their lives, transformation, you name it, they tend to be attracted to me because I've overcome so much. And especially right now during the pandemic, when so many people are facing the unknown, and they've never experienced any of this. And when I say any of this, obviously this pandemic is new to all of us, but they've never experienced loss of job. They've never experienced, not having any food. They've never experienced, having their freedom challenge. They've never experienced any of those things. So because of my background, my past, my life, my journey, I've experienced all of those things. So now more than ever, I'm here to really support women and really show women how to overcome those financial struggles and rebuild your life from the ground up, literally.
You may want to close your Messenger tab on your computer. I think that's where the little sounds are coming from.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah,
that it?
maybe close your other tabs because we're getting the dings and stuff.
Okay, I did it. Sorry.
But yes, I hope everybody is just as inspired by what she just said as I am. I gotta share a few quotes from her website because I took a lot of, if you see me looking down, I'm not on my phone, I'm not distracted. I literally take notes as you talk, and I also have like an outline that I make sure I ask you questions that I go by. So I'm not distracted, I'm not like somewhere else, I'm literally like focused.
I love it.
Just so everybody knows, not just you. Like, I'm not just like, oh, I'm on the phone now. Like, no, I'm doing like legit stuff over here. But so it's a true rags to riches story, and I love that because it's a similar thing to my Angel Project mission, and and now that you're coaching high level people to like up level their success, that's really cool. And so some of the quotes from her website is, success is your birthright, right?
Yes.
I love that. And you have to, what she said something earlier was so key, is her belief that she had to improve her life and like make something more of herself. And that's where you need to start. If you're in a low place, or people live so much in fear, right? And those fears, no matter what you do, the fears are going to be there. And that's why I have this poster behind me over here. And it says, make your courage greater than your fears. You have to just push yourself over those obstacles, push yourself over those mountains. And and even like she said, one step at a time. Baby steps are still steps. I'm one of those like slow molasses kind of people. Like I've accomplished a lot, but I've kind of done it in like a weird, slow way. But I still like do it because I force myself, even though it's been like low times or depression. Have you ever gone with depression or had that kind of stuff?
Not really depression. I would say more stress. because I had to deal with a lot of financial stuff. So for me, I was always like stressed about, okay, I need to get a car because I need to be able to drive to work, or I need to find a place to live, or, I need to pay my bills, so
survival mode.
Would you say?
Survival mode.
Exactly. So I experienced stress, a lot of stress. And I think what I would do is that stress motivated me. That's another reason why I'm really great under pressure. I don't want to say that because I'm not telling the universe to put me in situations where I'm faced with more pressure, but I'm good in those situations because I've overcome so much. And so I know when people are going through something really, really, really tough, that you can dig deep and get out of it. But what you have to do is you have to, sort of kind of coach yourself in a sense and talk yourself through it so that you don't stay in that stress, and then that stress goes to depression, because I think that's what happens with people. But I would always get really stressed, and then I would go into, okay, I have to do something. I have to make this work. I have to like figure this out. I'm going to make this happen. I would just go into that mode every time. And there were hundreds of times.
What kind of worked for you to get to that point, like where you realized you had to do something? Was there any techniques that you used to get there, like force yourself to act, basically?
Yeah. Well, I think because I had this belief. So I had this belief that I wanted to do more, be more, have more. I just had this little belief, and I I was a dreamer. I mean, I'm still a dreamer. I'm metaphysical. So, I tend to, you know, dream big. I can be over the top at times, but that carried me through those moments when, let's say, people weren't supporting me. People didn't believe in me. I believed in myself and I had those dreams and I would imagine. So, in terms of tools, I still use this to this day. I use my imagination. I use visualization, I use affirmations, prayer. I still have those things that I use to help support me on the inside because I'm a huge component of working from the inside out. Very important. So yeah, those are my tools.
Wonderful. And I'm glad you brought that up because I've done some similar stuff. Prayer is huge for me. I keep
Hmm.
positive affirmations like in
Yeah,
quotes all over my house. Like
yeah.
not just artwork you can buy, like, and put up as a painting or whatever, or like artwork, but I will literally write hand little quotes on index cards and I'll paste them over my house. Like I have some on my mirror in my bathroom so I see them when I'm in my bathroom. I have them over my coffee maker so they're in my
Oh,
face,
you're good.
in my kitchen. So it's like we have so many negative thoughts that not only are we shoved in our face from the media and the news is just so much negativity, people
Yes.
fighting on social media, but also our own inner world can be very negative and we're always our biggest self-critic. So I put these positive quotes and affirmations all over the place as basically to try to attempt to combat that
Yeah.
negativity in the world that we're inner and externally exposed to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like another quote from your website I love, be you for a living. I love that. Yes. That's always something I wanted to be. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna end up famous, I really just want to be myself. I
Yes.
didn't go to Hollywood to be an actress. Like I didn't do that. Like I followed a guy out there who got a job, and then I got the calling. So it's like I wasn't out there to try to chase fame or be an actress, but I got this angel calling, and I'm like, I'm just gonna act on it. And I just started on a street corner very humbly and worked my way up into the red carpet scene and making connections. But it takes that courage. I was
Yeah.
shaking like a leaf. I was terrified. Like I
Yeah.
thought I was crazy. But I had to go with it. And so I love that quote, be you for a living. So Anjanita can coach you to help you like be yourself and find your niche and your talents and use your story, embrace it, capitalize on it, and move a step up in your life, right?
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
love that. And she's dedicated to shaking up a revolution and feminine leadership. So you really concentrate more on coaching women.
Yeah, I actually do work with men. I work with men on the corporate side, but I'm consulting, but I focus on women. So feminine leadership, women's empowerment, all of my branding and marketing is geared towards women and women 18 to 80. I'll say that.
Of course, I mean, 'cause you can literally start over at any age, or and not even start over. You can just take another new step at any age.
Evolution. I call
Yeah,
it it's part of the evolution. We're always evolving, so it's another evolution because you
unfolding.
don't leave part of you behind. Like I love that little girl inside of me that sat on the bed when her foster mother said you got to go and she went into survival mode. Like I love that part of me, you know? So you definitely have to embrace the good, the bad, the ugly. You got to embrace it all.
Self-love, right? I mean,
Yes,
that's
yes,
one of the
yes.
things we're totally gonna go into. And you also like to help people mentally break down their walls and defy stereotypes, and
Mhm.
because it is, it's still a bit of a more of a masculine world. The men
Yep,
still kind of have an what's the right word, upper hand in the
yep.
world, and but the
Mhm.
divine feminine energy and people were really trying to step into our power in this new age, and all these tools we have access to with technology and the laws changing over time is really helping women to find their voice more, step into their power, find their gifts, and be empowered. And
Yep.
so this is show it's really dedicated to anybody and everybody, But I mean, we're definitely women who are coaches and we want to help boost whoever's willing to listen. And I recommend you take notes. Everybody go get a journal and a pen and just like write down stuff. Like if you get one golden nugget, then
Mhm.
that's success to us, right? Like if we
Yeah,
make a positive difference, that's a blessing. And I hope that happens for everybody who watches. Like get something out of this and make a move in your life for a positive direction. And
absolutely.
and that's also something Anjanita helps with. She helps to blast doubt, fear, diminishment, insecurity, limited viewpoints, resistance, self-sabotage, and obstacles. Woo!
Woo!
Yes. All that negative stuff that holds us back. It's like once you just identify what is the fear holding you back, what is it? Identify it, and then once you are aware of it, move past it. Take a step beyond the comfort zone, beyond the veil of fear, and act. It's so important. We're talking about action. Figure out your next action step, even if it's a small baby step, and just act. So I'm loving this stuff. I'm all worked up right now. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Worked up is a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So you help people identify, their gifts if they
Mhm.
haven't already, and leverage their expertise and experience into profit and influence. So, while I'm at it, let me just briefly show her page really quick. So,
Ah, I like that background.
thank you. I
That's
picked that.
pretty.
The ain't Rainbow Angel.
Yes, I love that. I'm like, get rid of my website. I want to see that.
Oh, I don't know how to actually just show the whole background, but,
Oh, I love that. That's so
but
pretty.
yeah. So here's Anjanita's website, and it's really empowering just to read it. So if you have a chance to just go read through her stuff, and it's really cool. I just wanted to give it a quick show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
Appreciate
so moving on, something you also wrote was raising your rates is an act of self-love.
it. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
a lot of people tend to, maybe if they undervalue themselves, it is wise to raise your rates over time because hey, everything else goes up, the cost of living goes up
Yep.
everywhere else. So it's like you also have to raise your rates and
Yep.
self-value, and if you need that bump and to keep up with life and self-love, I mean that's one way of doing it, but we're going to address a bunch of other ways too. We haven't even got to the other good stuff, right? So
We have lots of stuff. Woo!
yeah, you ready? Okay, number one, treat yourself well. Take care of your body, your health, mind, body, spirit. Treat yourself to a pedicure or a manicure, or both if you can. Get yourself massages, healing, counseling. Make time for rest and relaxation. Exercise, stretch, take vitamins. What do you do for that kind of stuff? What's your favorite self-care?
Well, my favorite self care used to be prior to COVID.
Right.
I've had to make some adjustments. I love massages. I love mani pedis.
Mm,
I love the spa. So I've had to deal with that because of what happened in the world. But for me, it's luxuriating. So I love to take naps. I
me
love to
too.
sleep in. I love to just lounge around and do nothing.
Amen, sister.
I work hard, but I play hard. I'm not one of those people that's guilty, feels guilty about doing nothing. I'm okay with that.
Well, you
Another,
have to balance rest and
mhm,
work, rest and
yeah,
play. You have to listen to your body.
yes,
And if you need a nap, you need to go take one. I'm a fan of power naps. Like
I love,
even 20 to 30 minutes can
I love
literally
naps.
recharge you for the rest of the day.
Yes, I love naps.
So
I love
thank
naps.
you for sharing that. It's very empowering. Like it's a part of self-love to take
Hmm.
care of yourself and listen to what your body is saying. Like if you're exhausted, do something about it. Take a
Yep,
nap or a bath. Very cleansing of the energy to take a bath. And,
yep.
and I love that. Throw in some Epsom salts if you got some crystals laying around, just not sharp ones.
Right. Yes.
Throw 'em in the bath
Yes.
and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that I wanted to just share about treat yourself right. Write that down. Take care of, that's part of self-love, is taking care of yourself, because you can't give and help others if you're depleted and sad. I have that quote on my wall. You cannot
Yeah.
help others if you feel like crap. So
Yeah.
make you take care of you when you feel like you need to. Number 2, distance yourself from toxic people and relationships. People that drain you or make you feel constantly bad or tear you down, more often than good. People who bully you. Now, it's tricky when it comes to family and partners. Make them aware of the behavior. Some of it can be constructive criticism, but if it's just really negative and makes you feel bad, you need to figure out how to distance yourself and protect your energy from people like that, because it really can bring you down to a lower vibration, a lower level in your spirit. Would you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I actually have this term that I use: surround yourself with people that egg you on.
Oh, nice. See, that's the great opposite of distance yourself from negative people and surround yourself with positive, supportive people.
Yeah, people that are going to tell you to do it, people that are going to tell you. No, and I want to differentiate the two, because whenever I say this, people go, "Oh, you just want people to tell you what you want to hear." No, that's not true. It's a positive shift, but there is a when people are egging you on, they're essentially pushing you to into your greatness, right? They see the potential in you and they're pushing you, versus someone saying, "Oh, you're amazing," and let's say an article, right? I wrote an article, and then she's reading the article and she's like, "That's a great article," but what if it's not a great article? Right? That's not egging me on. So it's essentially, people that know you, love you, believe in you, and they're constantly pushing you into your greatness. That's what I always say. Surround yourself with people that are egging you on. So she's egging me on. She was egging me on in the Facebook Messenger. She was telling me what she thought of me, and I was telling her what I thought of her. So we were egging each other on, essentially, right?
Perfect.
That's what you want. You want people that are egging you on.
And that's literally like the most perfect thing you could say about that, because I presented the one aspect, and then you presented the other way to look at it, is avoid the negative and embrace the positive people, like who can help you, or just look at it in a positive way. So perfect. So number 3, so everybody can write this down.
Number 3.
Give yourself credit and positive affirmations for all that you have done, for how far you have come in life. Go look back at all your other mountains and obstacles and realize you got through that. You're still here. You're still alive. You still have stuff to do in this world. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. Just be like, yeah. Give yourself some self-love, some self-affirmations, and yourself a boost, because if you can't be your own greatest champion, you might not have anyone else who can root for you. You got to start with you, right?
Absolutely.
You do that? Do you focus on like things you've accomplished and be like, yeah?
So when I work with women, the first thing that I do is I walk them through a process that I constantly take myself through, which is owning your skills, talents, and credentials. Because women tend to diminish ourselves, right? Oh, that's not that great. Oh, I did that 5 years ago. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you get in the habit of owning your skills, talents, and credentials, that will give you that confidence. That will increase your belief in yourself. It will also help you get through situations where maybe you feel inferior, right? So it's important to own your skills, talents, and credentials, because we all have skills, we all have talents, we all have credentials. We're all unique in our own way. And that's going to help you separate. And I use this term especially now because, living in Los Angeles and everyone is a coach. And I say, you know what? There's this whole market of commoditized coaches. And so my whole goal is to be a monopoly. Okay. So how do I become a monopoly? Because I own my skills, talents, and credentials. And so when I do that and I bring everything into one, there's only one me. There's no copycat, right? It's just me. And so that's what I share with women. Like what you're doing, Maddie, that's you. Like this is your thing. No one can copy you because this is your thing.
Exactly. And we'll go back to that quote, be you for a living, be yourself, embrace and empower yourself. And that's a part of self-love and self-acceptance, is owning your credentials and your talents. God made you unique. The universe, you are a unique entity in this universe, and no one else is like you. Even twins are going to be completely different people, different souls, different personalities. I know because my partner has a pair of 7-year-old twin girls, and they look alike. Like when they dress the same, I really struggle to figure out which one's which. But their personalities are very different. Like it's true. If you get to know them, it's like, oh wow, they might even have the same DNA, but they each have different little birthmarks and scars and quirks and talents and strengths. And so you're a unique entity in this universe, and you got it. You got something. You got a gift, and if you don't know what it is, it's usually hidden somewhere in your talents or your hobbies, like something you're good at or something you really enjoy doing that makes you happy. So you can start there. Follow your bliss, right?
Yep.
And so moving on.
It's also something that you take for granted. That's why it's always what we take for granted. Right?
Yeah. Some people need to identify what area, and maybe people you're dating could take it for granted too. So you got to start with looking at yourself and giving yourself, and that's actually what I was going to say next, is do positive affirmations verbally. Give yourself compliments instead of always tearing yourself down. So you might have people in your environment that criticize you, cut you down, bully you, make you feel bad. And then you got your inner self who's tearing yourself down, criticizing. Like, I look in the mirror and I do that, and then I make myself aware of it. Like, dang it, I'm doing it again. I need to tell myself I'm beautiful. I mean, something that's really inspiring is looking at these plus size bikini models on Sports Illustrated. I'm like, these girls are voluptuous and they are proud of their body and they love their body. They're successful. They're making $1 gazillion. They've got fans everywhere. It's like, you know what? If that broad can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's just something to keep in mind, is like, you know what? We can love our body at any age, and it does take adjustment as you age and grow and change. But it's important to lift yourself up, and that's another reason I have positive affirmations around, like, love yourself. And so that's what we're talking about. We're increasing our confidence. You got to start with you and what you say to yourself. And then if people start tearing you down, stand up for yourself. Like, make them aware of, hey, I don't appreciate you tearing me down. I don't appreciate your comments right now. And shut it down. Put the mirror in their face and be like, I don't appreciate what you're saying and I don't accept it. It's just an opinion, and you don't have to accept other people's opinions of you. Right?
Yep.
Have you had any haters come at you randomly or be weird?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have this term, haters make me rich.
That's a positive way to look at it too.
Because, I've learned a long time ago, there are people that no matter how nice you are, how smart you are, how much good work you do in the world, if you dress right, they just won't like you. And I learned a long time ago. So I'm okay. I'm totally okay. If someone doesn't like me, I'm totally okay with that. I'm fine with that. So
you can't please everybody.
Yeah, when people go off on tangents or even, sometimes people say, oh, well, so-and-so said something. Like, it doesn't matter. It's on them. And here's the deal. When you are into yourself, right? And I say that in a positive way, you are into yourself, right? I am into myself, meaning I love myself, okay? I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing great work in the world. I'm transforming lives every single day, okay? I don't have time to hate on other people. I don't have time. So when people are hating, it's because they don't love the person that they see when they look in the mirror, because it just they don't add up. You can't love yourself and then hate other people, right? It just doesn't work out. So I've just learned And haters make me rich.
Right. And it's also, I briefly kind of touched on this, but look for positive role models or identify some positive role models. Like, and the thing is, it can be, even if they're in the movies or in real life. Like, just last week, I actually created a little poster board of positive role models, like women in particular that are empowering. Whatever they stood for, or what, find something that resonates with you. A few of mine are like Betsy Johnson. She's a big designer, and if you Google her actual person, not her designs, like she is this wacky rainbowed out colored granny.
Oh my gosh, she's a great. I love Betsy Johnson. I can see that. Yeah.
She's inspiring because she'll wear the craziest unicorn outfit and go do the splits on a red carpet event.
Yes.
She went on Dancing with the Stars, and she didn't even care what was happening. She just did her own little twirl and dance, and everyone was like, "What is this woman doing?" And I just thought it was hilarious. She was just being her, and I love that. So that's just an example, and that was something cool that I really enjoy. I like doing little arts and collages and things like that. So I literally printed out a bunch of women, both in movies and in real life, that are inspiring to me, and I made a collage of it and I tacked it on my wall. So
love it.
Something to just keep in mind, so that you can embody those qualities that resonated with you. Whatever about those other people, you have the same potential. You can be like that too. And that's the purpose of finding positive role models and keeping them in mind. What were the quotes they said that really stood out to you? And just, if you can write those down too, because I put little quotes beside each person that I thought was really cool, and so it's just something to keep in mind, to have a positive role model, someone you want to look up to or be like, and then you can be it in your own way, be you for a living, but just have that as kind of a framework, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone to look up to. And like Anjanita is someone I look up to. I mean, she's like, you're very successful, and I'm working my way in the world with my angel mission and doing my own random stuff. So, and you also have a free download audio on one of your websites, 7 strategies on how to increase your earning power, monetize your network.
Yes, that's a good one.
And build a cash-rich business. So if you want to go to her website, everybody, and check it out. The website's actually streaming right below her picture here. BeTheWomanOfYourDreams.com, which is also SellingInStilettos.com. Now, just a heads up, because she's international, it might pop up with a little weird warning about her website, but don't worry about that. Just go past that warning sign and go into her website. So
thank you.
Yeah.
And also that you can go into ungenita.com as well. My name.
Oh, yeah, there's 3 of them. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But the Selling in Stilettos actually links to the Be Woman of Your Dreams.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So y'all can check out that free audio and listen to that. Is it kind of an instructional, or is it like it's not a meditation. It's just like advice.
No, it's actually a training on how to monetize your network, because one of my missions right now, because I meet so many women who are, by the way, I wanted to share this with you. I have Betsy Johnson cosmetic case.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to share that with you. But there's this whole trend right now with women obsessing over fans, followers, and likes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm actually doing this in a few weeks. It's a training called Miss Popular versus Miss Profitable, and to really help women monetize their networks, because I think it's time that we really start leveraging social and monetize our networks. So the audio on Anjanita.com is essentially a training on how to monetize your network, but the one that I'm doing, Miss Popular versus Miss Profitable, that's coming up in a few weeks. And so that's going to be about really how to look at your metrics and social selling, and then taking people online, offline, to a phone call or to a offer, and closing sales. So that's another big mission of mine.
So I just put her website down there. on the
Thank you.
That's the website where you have the audio for people
That
to.
is the one.
So
Yep.
everyone, write that down
That's
before it goes away, because I've been rotating the different websites down there.
You did a great job, by the way. I love this whole setup. I think it's so cool. Like, I love it.
I put in a lot of work, actually, like pre-thought, like getting everything ready in
I
background, and
love it. I'm like, this is cool. This is really cool. But I want to see the background. Like,
I don't, yeah. Let me see if I can figure out how to.
like
Nope,
I
that's
want to
not
see
right.
the background. I want to see it. It's so cool. So cool. So cool. So cool. Oh my
I
God.
have no idea how. Well, that's the most I can show of it.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's so, I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. But anyway, okay.
I love Googling pretty rainbow color backgrounds and stuff like
So
that.
pretty. So
So,
pretty. So pretty.
moving along. All right, everyone, get ready to write down the next thing. Make time to play and do things you enjoy, to have fun, such as get coaching, get counseling, get therapy, get healing work, go to a park, exercise. Like, so mental, emotional health, like that's kind of more about what this is about. Like the other things are enjoying, like taking care of yourself, like, the mani-pedi massages. This is a little bit more about your inner world, like take care of your mental and emotional health as well. Like that's why I'm a huge proponent of healing and coaching. If you need referrals, just hit me up. I know healers and I use them for myself. I just had a wonderful energy healing by this lady who's been my friend and healer for years. She's in Los Angeles, and she can do it over the phone, but she will clear your energy of whatever's plaguing you terribly. And it's like magical. It's a partial of what she does, identifying things that help you release, but then also she calls in higher supreme beings and things to work on you in a spiritual element. It's really unique. Her name is Karen, and if you'd like her contact, just find me on social media and just ask me, and I will send you her contact information. But I recommend healing and that kind of stuff, because massage is great. It can help your body, but it doesn't always address that inner wounding and emotional pain that makes your body hurt. You know what I'm saying? The
Yep.
stress and stuff. You've got to get regular therapy of whatever kind makes you feel, whatever feels right for you. There's people who do hypnotherapy, and that's, I've tried that. It's helpful to get kind of into the subconscious and find out what are those deep
Yep.
blocks, usually rooted in childhood. People
True.
don't realize how much their parents, a lot of parents resort to bullying to force their kids to do their will. And sometimes they don't mean to, but they instill deep wounds in their children of not being good enough, and they're wrong for doing this and that, and or straight up physical or some kind of abuse. Those deep wounds can really be helped by hypnotherapy, for a lot of people. To identify what's under there that's holding you back, and the fears, the wounds, the damage. And do you ever try healing work, Anjanita?
I have, because I'm metaphysical. So absolutely, absolutely. I've had the sound healing. I've done that, which is really cool, very relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, like through meditation, I've had hypnotherapy. I believe that you definitely want to. You need some. We all need support, so you can't do it alone. So if you're called to, you want a healing, you want a life coach, you want a business coach, I say go for it. It's support is a beautiful thing. Like today, I had a call with my team, and I just felt so supported, because I thought, you know what, this is great. I have someone working on my social. I have someone doing the tech side of my business and the email marketing. And I said, I'm going to dash because I'm going to do my interview, but I have a team to support me. So it's really important to get support. And you can get support no matter where you're at, because there's always people that are willing to help you. You just have to open yourself up to receive, which is something a lot of women have a difficult time doing, is asking for help, asking for what they want. So important to ask, 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 ask. for what you want. Be open to receive.
A lot of us have, blocks around that. And just the fact that you said it, I hope can wake some people up to the fact that get over your fear of asking. Just
Yep.
ask. It could never, you never know what's the worst that can happen. They could say no, but at least
No.
try, and majority of the time it will actually be a yes. To be
Yep.
honest with you, it's like it never hurts to just ask it, but you have to have that courage and that bravery, that will to act in the moment and just do
Absolutely.
it. So yeah, ask for help, ask people questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Like in school, how many times would people be sitting there and they have a question but they're too afraid to raise their hand and ask? It's like I'm one of those people, if I go to some kind of workshop or class, like I'm the one that's like, I have a question. I have a question. Like I don't care what other people think because there's probably 5 other people with the same question that haven't spoken up,
We're like 50.
Oh, yeah, depends on how big the workshop is, but,
Yeah,
like,
we're like 50. Yep.
yeah, I'm totally one of those people that'll just ask questions. A bunch of the stuff I actually wrote down that I've already I didn't mean to already say it, but for more self-acceptance, know that you are unique and it's okay to be you and express whatever is unique and special about you. You don't have to fit in or be like everyone else. And for me, like I love rainbow stuff. Like I don't care if, what that means to other people, but I love rainbow colored things and jewelry and clothes and like, I just like to dress however I want to dress and be myself. I really express that in my fashion. So, you
Yourself.
know, and
Absolutely.
and what Anjanita had said earlier was, embracing your skills and talents and credentials. So, know it, whatever it is you've got to bring to the table, those are your unique gifts, and it's okay to express them. It's okay to just show yourself in this world. Stand
Yep.
above the crowd, We
Absolutely.
need to get rid of this idea of being normal and just, instead of trying to be normal, be yourself,
Yeah, but you know what's so interesting about that? Because I'm one of those people that people call crazy, and maybe I know that I'm an enigma. But this is the interesting thing when you look back on history, people that actually accomplished, did something really big in the world, they were all called weird. They were all called crazy. So,
Well,
so I don't really mind if people say, "Oh, she's crazy," or "Oh, you're crazy," or "Oh, you're a little weird," or "Oh, you're eccentric," or all of like it doesn't really bother me. But I wanted to make sure that I share the Facebook group with everyone because
okay,
we didn't do that. So I wanted to make sure. So I was actually looking for the link so I could give you the right link, and
okay,
it's glamourousentrepreneurs.com.
okay. I haven't heard of that one yet, so yeah, I
Well,
can.
it's the group you're already in, but that's the URL for it. That goes back to Facebook.
It links you to it. Okay, say it. A glamorous. What?
Entrepreneurs.com.
Ah, as long as
And
I
that will take
spell
you to
everything right.
because I'm going to put our video in the Facebook group.
Did I do this right, or is it glamorous?
You got it.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Is that right?
I hope so. But
Oh, GLAMOR.
okay, wait.
ORUS.
O R U S. Okay, I had an extra O. I think. Are you sure?
GLAMOROUS.
Oh,
Entrepreneurs.
I did have it right the first time. Okay. But so the group is it's called. But when you actually go to it, it says powerful women and rich something.
Feminine, rich, and powerful.
Yeah. In fact, we could probably pull that up. Let me see. And we'd also said to not dwell on the haters or accept their opinions. So important. And I wanted to share an actual brief dream that I had that was so powerful that it felt like a gift from the universe or God. I had this dream years ago, back when I first started this angel mission, that I was sitting at a table and there were all these people across from me, men and women, but their faces were blurred. I didn't know who they were. And it was like I was a card, like almost like a dealer at casino table, but it wasn't about gambling. It was literally like I was sitting there alone, and these people all had playing cards in their hands. And they each took turns handing me several of their cards. And I collected all these cards from all these people. And the message that the dream said to me was, people in life are going to be handing you their thoughts, their beliefs, their opinions of you, comments, criticism, but it's truly up to you how you play your own cards, and you don't have to accept those thoughts, opinions, beliefs, criticisms, opinions from those people. You can say, go fish, throw them back. Like, you don't need that. You don't have to accept those cards. You can literally create your own life, your own dreams, your own thoughts and beliefs about yourself. And I just love that dream, and I had to share it because it just seemed epic, and other people need to see the gift in that message, right?
Yep.
And I related to what you said about the haters. I remember this one time I went to this big Hollywood, like kind of like a dinner party, and I showed up, and it looked like there was at least 20 people already seated around in this thing, and it was for somebody's birthday get together. And I showed up in my wings and posters, and everyone looks at me, they're like, oh, some people had seen me or heard of me already, and others hadn't. And as soon as I walk up and sit down, some guy pipes up, "Oh, you're the Street Angel. I heard you're really weird." And I'm like, "Thanks, dude." Like,
Wow.
way to set that premise on me right up front to the whole group, the whole party. But I just kind of brushed it off and did my own like networking thing.
Did
But
your own thing.
it's true. At least he didn't say something worse. I mean, weird, okay, I can handle that, but at least it wasn't something really mean or traumatizing, right?
Yeah, you can handle it. And see, that's the key with self-love is when you love yourself, you'll be able to handle it. Because sometimes, trust me, people are not nice and people will say mean things to you. I mean, like, trust me, I've had to take a deep breath and go, whoa, that was very hurtful. Okay, all right, no problem, moving on. But it's that self-love that will help you get through that because they're just, there are people that are out there, and that won't go away. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, there was this other time I went to this high-end networking event, and it was a top-level office building with fancy people, like people in business suits, and I was up in there in my angel wings and posters because that's just how I roll, and networking with all these people, and this guy in a fancy business suit walks up to me, unprovoked, don't even know who this stranger is, and he's like, "Your posters look like shit," and I was like, "Oh, how dare you!" And I'm like, okay, I realize my posters may look a certain way to certain people, but I love making my posters. Like, I put my own artistic work and creativity. I like using different materials, markers and sparkles and stickers and like nail polish. Like, I've throughout the years I've changed around the different mediums, but it's my own unique personal touch that I use to create the posters. I don't just go get them printed up at the store. And so it's like, and I make them colorful, almost childlike on purpose because I'm trying to get to people's inner child and remind them of that innate thing of being human, and our desire for love and unity as a species. Like, it's just, I'm trying to get people to remind of that inner child stuff that connects us all. So that's the reason behind my posters and why I make them the way I do, and they're handmade and stuff. So that was a painful, like, in my face criticism just from some random bloke in a suit. What I really wanted to say back to him was, "Well, your face looks like," but I didn't say that.
You didn't say it. Nope, nope, nope.
I'm just kidding. I didn't, but it would have been a funny retort if I was that kind of person.
Yep.
So moving along,
Yeah.
forgive yourself for past mistakes, perceived flaws. Try to not criticize yourself as little as possible, or just be aware of it and try to counteract it, like reverse it immediately with a positive quote or affirmation for yourself. So write that down as a tip. So you got to try to forgive yourself. Like, we really can dwell on past things we screwed up or You know, like, oh, I failed that test, or oh, I did a terrible presentation and I bombed it. Forgive yourself, take it as a lesson learned that you'll, if encountering that situation again, you'll try to do better next time. Do you have anything you'd like to add to that, Anjanita?
Well, I think that's actually that's like step number one to self-love is self-forgiveness.
Mm.
And you really have to forgive yourself, because what happens is, all the mistakes, right, all the trauma, all of the struggling, embarrassment, shame, and you carry that around, right? That's not going to make you feel good about yourself. So yes, you do have to forgive yourself, because that forgiveness is going to lead to self-acceptance.
Mhm.
And the more self-acceptance you have, the easier it is to love yourself. Like really, really, really love yourself. Love yourself in the raw. Like that's
Mhm.
that's my thing. Like I
They
always
go
say,
hand in hand.
yeah, just love yourself in the raw. Like who you are. You know the good, the bad, the ugly, and you still love yourself anyway. But that's really self-love. Not just like, oh, when I'm great, and then, you act like the other parts do not exist. No, it's embracing all of the parts. I'm thinking of the commercial, all of your parts.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing to add about the self-forgiveness, and it all goes together, the self-love,
It all links.
self-acceptance.
It definitely
Yeah.
links.
So, and those energies of guilt, shame, embarrassment, that it really is terrible energies that hold you back so much. They're
Yep.
fear-based. So, whatever you've done in the past, just try to work on that forgiveness. And also, it's important to try to forgive others. I know that can be hard depending on what people have done to you. Like some stuff can seem very unforgivable, and cause a lot of hatred. But it's almost like a poison that you take into yourself. And that's where healing is really important. And that's why I promote my friend Karen, because she can help you release some of that energy. I don't know how she does it, but she's helped me release some hatred and anger I had against certain people in my past that really broke my heart. And when I had it released, it was just like, oh,
Magical.
I felt a new level of calm and like better. And there's something magical about energy work, and it helps release baggage of your spirit and of your past. Like the memories can be there, but you can literally start feeling better if you can just address it somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
we are on our last bucket item, or I don't know what people, hopefully people are taking notes. Last item I wanted to share is dress in whatever makes you feel best and most confident. But also, what I like to do was, as the street angel, I would literally dress for the occasion. Like I was amazing, or I am a good chameleon. Whatever event I would go to, I would try to research what it was, and I would dress for the occasion because I needed to make sure my angel messages fit into any event. And sometimes I would actually bomb it and like show up in the totally wrong thing, but I would still figure out how to make it work. But dress for success, dress for the job you want, not necessarily the job you have, or dress with whatever makes you feel confident and feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Absolutely.
So, I mean, some people want to dress in suits because that makes them feel really confident and empowered, and that's completely fine. I can't really do suits, but I will do a nice dress, or I tend to go more for the girly stuff. That's just how I am, but I have different dresses for every occasion. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's ways around it. And if you're stuck in a uniform all the time or scrubs, just make sure that when you get your time off, you are dressing in stuff that you can really express yourself. Give your soul that outlet to express yourself. In some places, you can wear fun accessories. Like um, when I went to cosmetology school, they forced everybody to wear all black. I hated it because I just don't wear much black. Like I love colorful clothing, like rainbow stuff all the time. So what I would do to get around that little law was I would just wear colorful accessories, like flowers in my hair and colorful bead necklaces or earrings. And it's like So it's just like, but to each his own, whatever makes you happy. I have friends who love that color, so that's fine. No judgment. I'm just saying, you gotta work with what makes
I
you
wanted that.
Huh?
I went to a beauty college for makeup and skincare, and I picked up that habit of black, and then I also ended up and as training in dance. And what do dancers wear? Dancers wear all black. You go
Yeah,
to
I've
dance
seen
class,
that.
you have black tights and black, leotard, all like black, 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 black. So guess what? I tend to wear a lot of black. Now I do like colors in the summertime. I do like colors, but if I'm in the store, I don't know what it is, but I find the best black clothes.
You know what? I am not saying anything about like that. I'm just saying individually, whatever
I
you
know,
love.
I
Like
know.
I
'Cause
do
you're
have stuff, so it's like,
right, because like sometimes I have to check in, like I was hoping to get back to America to bring back my other wardrobe, because I have like my summer wardrobe, but and now I have winter, and I have a few sort of in between items. So I'm like, gosh, I miss my little colorful dresses. I wish I had my colorful dresses, because I have all of these clothes in Los Angeles now that I can't get to. But I
oh
think
no,
it's important to mix it up,
oh definitely,
and have express your style. And it doesn't mean that it has to be conservative, or
right.
it's really about expressing yourself. But I do agree with you. I have to say, as I sit here wearing black, I do agree with you.
Like I said, and I definitely, like, that was not meant to come off that way. Like, but no, it can really be a power color, and it's okay if that's people's favorite color. My whole point was to wear the things that make you happy, wear the things that make you feel good, wear the colors that make you feel good, and it doesn't matter what that is. I mean, it could be like, avocado green. If it brings out your eyes, I don't care. I'm just saying, be happy, wear the things that make you feel good, make you feel empowered, and mix and match it for the occasion. And, I mean, to each his own. I really push that everybody's a unique being with unique
Yep.
taste. Different colors look more empowering on one person versus another. And it really doesn't matter what it is as long as you feel good about
I
you.
almost wore my red dress. That's what I almost wore, the red dress, but the red dress was a little too thick, and it's hot here today, so I didn't wear the red dress. But I thought you'd really appreciate the red dress, so I'm sorry for not wearing the red dress.
Oh no, no. Don't apologize. You look amazing.
But thank
All
you.
the outfits I've seen you in, I'm just like, woman can dress beautiful, man. So
Thank you so much for that. But yeah, I was thinking of you, because I thought, gosh, I should wear something spicy today. I should just, but anyway.
well, that pretty much concludes. We're almost at the hour mark. And did you want to share anything else, like last at the end, or your services, or
You know
anything?
what I want to say is, be the woman of your dream. Be the woman of your dream. So wherever you're at right now, just make the conscious. Doesn't matter how many nightmares you've lived. If you're in the middle of what you believe is a nightmare, just make today the day that you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to be the woman of my dreams, and I'm going to make my way in this world and be the woman of my dreams. And so that's all I want to share to close this out. And please, all of you, if you connect it with me, and you connect it with the content, I'd love for you to join me in my Facebook group, glamourousentrepreneurs.com. And that's the URL, but the group is called Feminine, Rich, and Powerful. So I'd love for you all to come and check it out, and introduce yourself, and then come and network with us and learn how to monetize your network. So there you go.
I'm a part of that group as well. And Anjanita regularly hosts really cool webinars and networking events. Like we just had one on Saturday, and that was amazing because there were literally women from all over the globe in this meeting. And I loved it because we were each given an opportunity to share like our name, our quick bio about ourselves, what our offering was, and the type of people we want to connect with. And this is something that you push is, making your connections, monetizing your network, and meet like-minded people. And, whatever someone says could be your next breadcrumb to follow in the path of your dreams.
Yep.
If you feel that push, that urge, that spark to make a connection, you need to follow that inner guidance and make that connection.
Yep.
In fact, I had somebody message me from that, and I was like, yes, you are the one. Like, right when she was talking, I was at work, and somebody came in and, like, totally distracted me in the middle of it. And I was like, oh, I didn't get to get her name. What was that? She messaged me.
Mm.
I was like, yes, thank you, God. Like, it was just one of those connections. So that was really cool. And I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to be a guest. And I'm glad we could work this out. Again, everybody, this woman's in London right now. We have a 6-hour time difference from me in Texas. So thank you for making time for me on a Monday. I had to special arrange this show just for her. And I'm grateful to have you and your goddess presence on the show and sharing your expertise and wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
And the last thing I want to share with everybody is I'm just going to take you out of the picture just for a second, and I'll bring you back in, is if you're interested in my Angel Healing CD, it's a meditation sound bath. It helps you go through each of your energy centers and release heavy baggage and trauma and damage from your past and fill yourself up with love, light, and spirit. And it's just a really beautiful CD. If you're interested, it's for sale on my website, thestreetangel.com. It's $25, includes shipping. So I just wanted to end with that. And all right, everybody, that concludes the show. Thank you so much, audience, for watching. And if anybody would like to sponsor my show, just find me on social media and send me a message. All right, God bless everybody. Bye, Anjanita.